He wasn't just one of the great climbers, he was one of the most consistent in the history of the Grand Tours. Federico Bahamontes was a man who made history. The first Spanish rider to win the Tour de France. He was also the first to complete a career triple, King of the Mountains, in all 3 Grand Tours.
When I was younger, I had a job in my hometown square, delivering vegetables. It was very demanding. There was nowhere flat in Toledo. When you cycle around there, you're either climbing or descending. And all of that with a basket full of deliveries. So it was really hard work. And I really believe that helped me build up my strength. That's really how I trained to start with. I'd leave the town centre on my bike, and immediately I'd have to climb 4 or 5 kilometers on steep roads. I had no option, and practice does make perfect, even if it's just 1 day a week. If you practice properly, you will improve. That's what we've seen with Contador. He's improved at time trialling because he's practiced and practiced at it.
6 times in the Tour de France, Bahamontes was King of the Mountains, first winning in 1954. It was the power he generated that meant that the Spaniard was equipped to go for a Tour victory in 1959. But it was advice from the great Italian rider Fausto Coppi that spurred him on.
He told me that I had to do the general stage and told me to forget about the mountains. He said it wasn't right for me to focus all my energies on the mountains. So I took his advice, and I took part in the Swiss Tour, and came 3rd. And I won the mountain stage and 2 other stages. Before that, I wasn't very fit. I hadn't cycled for a month. But after 4 days, I was in great shape and left the Tour feeling energized. And that's how it happened. I kept trying for the general stage and started to find it really easy. And then, when I was with Langarica, I told him, tomorrow I'm going to attack them. And he said, how are you going to attack if there are 6 days left and we don't have a team to defend our leader? I said they can't deal with me, because I knew that when I pulled away, I was more dangerous than anyone else. And the crucial stage of that year's tour came on the day of San Fermin, and I believe he was at my wheel. I dropped backwards until I was right at the back and there was no one else behind me in the peloton. And then when I got the chance, I overtook from the other side of the peloton and attacked, and left my rivals 100 meters back. They thought they'd overtake me on the descent, but no one got close. And at the time, there was only one rider to win 2 mountain stages at Briançon. And that was me.
And while Bahamontes was imperious as a climber, the Tour de France of 1959 was packed with some of the great names of the sport.
When I saw that I was winning the Tour, and I actually started to believe myself that I was going to be the winner of the Tour, it was before I arrived at the Puy de Dôme. When I was dominating at the front of the peloton, I was alongside some of the greatest names: Anquetil, Baldini, Riviere, Gimignani, Louis Zambobet, Charlie Gaulle. If you know the Tour well, you know that 59 had some of the greatest names.
That Tour de France victory in 1959 came at a time of deep political tension between France and Spain. A very, very hard moment.
It affected our whole country, our politics, everything. Because at the time, Spain had broken its ties with France. They didn't see eye to eye with Franco at all. The whole country changed completely. The Monday after I won, when Spanish people living in France went to work with a Spanish winner of the Tour de France, it was a priceless moment for them. 6 or 7 people even offered me money. I received awards for being the first Spanish winner of the Tour. I'll never forget that 18th of July when I won the Tour. And when I went home, well, not even the Pope had such a big welcome to Toledo as I got when I returned after winning the Tour.
Spain has had a glorious history of winners of the Tour de France in recent years. The likes of Miguel Indurain, Pedro Delgado and Alberto Contador are regarded as legends of the Tour. But the man who led the way for Spain was Federico Bahamontes, who still knows what it takes to win.
When it comes to picking favourites, well, it depends on how the Tour develops each year, because there are always ups and downs. There might be longer stages, or stages that are warmer and hit by really tough temperatures and conditions. Your season depends on how much training you've done. So if Contador does the 3 main tours, and in the same year 7 or 8 other races, it's tough, but it is possible if you take care of yourself. You need to be in good shape, like Valverde is at the moment. And you need to hit top form in July. For example, if you're loaded and you have €1,000 to spend in a month, and you spend it all in the first week, well, you've got nothing left for the rest of the month. And strength is the same. As a rider, you have to manage your strength so that it lasts right until the final week of the Tour. Before arriving at the Pyrenees or the Alps, you need to be convinced you're going to win, and your own strength will show you that.